Quitting is easy. Quitting is comfortable. Quitting is something that, you know what? It's the easiest choice that any of us can make probably in our life. You know why? Because the second you tell yourself you made it, that's exactly where the downfall begins. Just keep going. You have to have the mindset of that killer instinct. If you're on a journey, set small goals. If you hit that ultimate goal you feel like, then just keep going and the goals are going to find you. What's up, guys? It's your boy. I'm back. You know I have to ask. You know who this is, right? What's going on? Welcome to Wallbreaker 200. I am your host, Raheel Siddiqui, and I'm coming back from an amazing trip from Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to the Broadcast Your Authority conference the past few days, and man, it was like a dream come true. I mean, I met some of the most brilliant minds. I met some thoughtful leaders. I met CEOs. I met speakers. I met podcasters. I met world-renowned just figures from all walks of life all over the country. It was just an amazing time, man. I couldn't stress to you how important it was for someone like me to go out there just to meet so many people, and it was just very special to me, and I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful to the BYA team for, having me come out there, and, also above all else, the best part was also recording 2 episodes of Wallbreaker 200 in the beautiful venue, where we were at MGM, and then also being a guest with my girl Danielle Thompson from the BYA team. Had an awesome one-on-one interview, and I can't wait for all of those videos to drop here shortly. So just an overall great experience, and more to come on that front as well. So can't thank you guys enough, man. It was an awesome time, and really excited for the good times to keep on rolling. But with that being said, now I'm back, baby. Your boy is back, and I guess the first thing I need to talk about before we kick off this episode officially is my Knicks. That's right. How did we lose Game 5, bro? Are you serious? I mean, come on. Stephen A. Smith was right about one thing. Madison Square Garden is not like the home for the Knicks. It's the home for the road opponents or that road superstar or even team, whatever the case is. But I feel like the best basketball is usually always played by the road opponent. Michael Jordan, first and foremost. How many times did he kill us in the Garden? Then Kobe, and then Reggie Miller. And now the Pistons in the first round win 2 games on our home floor. It's crazy. Now we got Game 6 going back to Detroit. Really hoping we can pull this out. And the only word I have is prayer, man. So we'll leave it with that really quickly. And let's get to it. So I wanted to talk about a really special topic here today, because I feel like this was one question that I actually was asked about a lot. As I said, at the conference, I met so many amazing people, man. I couldn't tell you how special it was to meet so many great minds, but I know also how thankful and grateful I am because, when I was sharing my story and my journey, they were just so kind and so warm and just so amazed about my story about losing 200 pounds. But here's one question that I did get asked by a majority of the people, and this is why I wanted to talk about it today on this episode, was about the goal. Well, Raheel, was the goal always to lose 200 pounds? How did you lose 200 pounds? Was that the main goal that you set in mind? What was the goal when you started? Can you just talk to us about that? And I just thought that was a really awesome question because, to be honest with you, just like I told them, I didn't have a goal of losing a specific number. All I knew was that I was 405 pounds and I needed to lose weight as safe as possible, as fast as possible, as efficient as possible. But again, like I said, at first, just the safest possible way, correct? Because at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to have a process where I wasn't harming my body, and I also wanted to set a goal where I wasn't losing an excess amount of weight as quickly as possible, but I wanted to be efficient in the process too. So I didn't have like a goal number. I didn't sit there and be like, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds, 150, not even 200 pounds. I just was like, I want to be in the moment and just lose weight and get it off as quick as I can, as safe as I can, and kind of going from there. But I did tell everybody a key point to my personal story that really helped me, and I'm going to share with you guys as well, for those of you who don't know this part about my journey. But when I was down my first 40-some pounds, I remember I did hit a plateau. When you're 405 pounds, that is a lot of weight, and I wasn't moving my body at all, especially in my 20s. So when I was 405 pounds and I was on the treadmill, I was huffing and puffing, cardio machines, elliptical, whatever I was doing, when the weight was melting off, I remember this is great. The weight's pretty much coming off. quickly, but at some point the body does kind of catch up. It comes to like a pause or a stop or a plateau, right? I mean, that's the best word that we all use is plateau, because it's like, okay, man, like you didn't move this body for 8 to 10 years. Now you want to just cut all this weight off. It's not going to happen this fast. So I remember just being very depressed. It was a few weeks where the scale wasn't moving. I remember sitting in the sauna one night and some big jag dude came into the sauna, and I remember just kind of mean mugging him, but I wasn't mean mugging him. He thought I was mean mugging him, but I was looking at him because I was in awe of how jacked he was. And I remember him and I making eye contact, and I said, "Hey sir, do you mind if I ask you a question?" He said, "Yeah, sure, go for it." And I remember before I could get my question out, he was like, "Well, hey man, let me ask you this." Because he was like, "I see you working really hard, man. I've actually seen you in the gym here every single day. So kudos to you. Where are you at right now? What's kind of the end game or the progress? What's the goal per se?" I remember him asking me that. And I told him, I said, "Look, I lost about 40 some pounds right now." And I remember I said to him specifically, "I need another 100 some pounds more to go." And right there, he was like, "Stop it." He was like, "No, that's wrong. And that's not the right way to think." And I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Listen," he was like, "if you're going to tell yourself you need to lose this excess amount of weight, I'm telling you, you're already going to set yourself up for failure." He was like, "Don't put that extra pressure on yourself." And then I remember him asking me specifically, "Hey man, so where's your weight at right now?" And at that time, I think I was at like 366, 367 from 405. And I remember him saying that. He said, "Okay, this is what I want you to exactly do. The only goal that you should set from here on out moving forward is to get to 359. That should be your only goal. Just get to 359. Because when you get to 359, you put that in your head and you lock it in, then you are literally taking one brick and you're adding it on top to build that house, right? So 359, and then the next goal should be 349, and then 339, and etc. And he said, just keep building it brick by brick by brick, and you'll know when you get to the end game, once all the bricks are done, then the house will be built." And I remember just being so fired up, so mind blown. And till this day, I mean, if you hear it in my voice, man, I mean, I believe that message so much. It's so true because that really helped me. So in that moment, that's exactly what I did. I said, "Hey man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really needed this advice." And it really worked for me, man. I couldn't tell you how much it helped me. So every day, even if I didn't, reach 359 or 349 or 339, at my weekly weigh-ins or whatever, I didn't care. All I cared about was hitting that goal, because I knew if I could hit that goal, it was on to the next one. So not only was I striving for one goal, I had another goal already on deck. So that's the beauty of like a journey like that. When you set small goals like that, it's like, okay, here's the blueprint, right? Brick by brick by brick. So that's all that I would do. 359, 349, 339, etc. So, man, I can't tell you enough. So even if you're somebody right now and you're like, "Hey, man, I want to lose 10 pounds and I'm at 190 and I want to get to 180. You know what I would tell you? I would tell you, man, you know what? Just lose 1 pound. That's it. Just your only goal should just be to lose 1 pound. Get to 189, right? And then after that, get to 188 and then 187. And then I promise you, man, if you could lock that into your mindset and really commit to that, I promise you, man, it's going to take you leaps and bounds forward towards your journey. I mean, I can't tell you how much that really helped me out as well in terms of that piece of advice, in terms of the weight per se. And then also in terms of the diet, right? So I know diet is obviously a big part of this journey too. So one other piece of diet that I would say is just find a way to eat less, right? I mean, it's very simple. Again, you always hear me say this. The plan is simple, but the work is not. And you heard me talk about this in my previous episode about, us versus food or you versus food. I remember my trainer telling me when I first started, I asked her about the diet when I was 405 pounds. I said, "Hey, Mel, like, what do I eat? Because obviously I can't just go on a keto diet or like a crash diet or just start eating salads every day when you're 405 pounds and you're so used to eating junk." And I remember her giving me some great advice. She was like, "You know what? Just eat whatever you want, Raheel." I said, "Are you sure?" And I'm not sure if I talked about this before at all, but I am going to talk about it right now because I feel like it is very important. And I was like, "Excuse me?" She was like, "Just trust me. Just eat whatever you want right now. But the key, just keep exercising. Keep coming in here every day. Attend the class 3 days a week, and then keep coming on your own like you're doing. I promise you, you're going to see a change. And the change was that my mind and my body were going to start to connect. And instead of eating a large pizza, because I was exercising every day, the brain was telling my body, okay, man, dude, like your body is starting to trim down a little bit. You're feeling better. You're feeling more confident. Then the mind starts telling your body, you know what? I don't want to eat this large pizza tonight, but I'll probably even have like 2 slices of pizza. And you know what? That was a huge win for me. Believe it or not, even eating 2 slices of pizza, which probably still wasn't the best during that first year, I still was doing better. It was progress. It was brick by brick. I was putting another brick down on top of the other brick, right? So, and then as I kept making progress, as I kept losing the weight, that's exactly, the mantra that I was doing. And then at some point it became, okay, you know what? How do we level up now? How do we take this to another level? So then another level would be start eating healthier foods, right? Look into options, grilled foods, and maybe now you guys start to find diet plans that work for you. And obviously now you guys know I do intermittent fasting. So obviously I was kind of catering towards that new diet plan for me. So I feel like if you can find a way to just eat less, you heard me talk about this in the last episode, right? Just minimize your calories, man, any way that you can. When you go to the grocery store, don't buy those snacks. You heard me talk about the pain of regret. I was in Las Vegas and there were so many amazing restaurants and I wanted to eat it all. Believe me, all of it. But I knew had I eaten some of this amazing food, I would have had that pain of regret. It would have sat in my stomach and I wouldn't have felt great about it, right? As you guys know, I'm on a journey. I'm on a mission right now to help inspire others and even my own journey, my mission to be the best version of myself. So I just think, man, like set small goals. Don't put pressure and stress, because if you put pressure and stress on your mind, on your body, I promise you, again, I don't want to say, oh, you're going to 100% fail. I am not a doctor. I don't have any stats in front of me, but I promise you, if you do talk to a doctor who specializes in this field, I'm sure they would probably agree that if you have stress and you add pressure to your life, especially when it comes to a health and fitness journey, even a specific weight loss journey, you're setting yourself up for failure. I mean, you're setting yourself up for a downward spiral potentially, and that's not what we want to do. We want to lose weight. We want to feel great. We want to be healthier. We want to have a nice journey, steady, safe. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. That's normal. You're going to have a ton of walls in front of you. That's totally normal. But just like we talked about earlier, man, truly just brick by brick by brick, right? Think of it as a marathon. This journey is a marathon. It is not a race, okay? It is a marathon. It is not a race. You don't need to sprint to the finish line. You just got to finish the race. I mean, it's just that simple. Right? Less is more in this situation. Believe it or not, less is more. You eat less, you set very minimal goals, right? You tell yourself, you know what? This is the plan. Again, I can't say it enough. The plan is easy. The work is hard, but this is the plan, right? Eat less, set small goals, consistency, stick to it, don't quit, and the results are going to come. By force of nature, they're going to come. As long as we don't quit, as long as you don't quit, as long as I don't quit, the results will come. But I'm telling you, I think that piece of advice that I received that day in the sauna from that dude, I can't thank him enough. And I'm kind of sad because I never got his name. I never really got to know him like that. I really saw him one time, so I don't really know if he was just visiting, that day, because we had, the gym at that time had a lot of people that were just visiting, guest passes, etc. But I mean, that really meant a lot to me, on that end. And then, also to kind of put a pin on it or on a nail, on my final point to this, it goes back to a little bit of what I talked about in the last episode, right? The comparisons part. Don't worry about anybody else. I know that we get caught up in social media, other people's stories. Even people get caught up in my story, in my journey a lot, talking about, man, like you lost 200 pounds, like that's so much weight. That's incredible. And like, I want to do it now, instant gratification. And it took me a long time, guys. It did not take me today. I didn't just snap my fingers and all of a sudden I'm down 200 pounds. And I wish that was the case. It's not. It's a battle. It's a journey. It's a dogfight. It's a 12-round fight. You heard me talk about it. It's a 12-round fight. It's going to be the toughest opponent just this whole entire journey, right? Food, obviously, first and foremost, but if you want to put the whole journey in together as the opponent, then so be it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this journey, it's literally, you have to attack it like a 12-round fight. Weight loss, health and fitness goals, Trying to be the best version of yourself, it's a 12-round fight. You have to understand. Just like you are going to hit your opponent in boxing, your opponent's going to hit you back. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to respond to it? The only way to respond to it is to keep fighting. Just don't quit. Don't give up, right? I know, man. I used to be the ultimate quitter. I used to be the ultimate guy that would quit the first time, the first opportunity, the first window I would have, I would quit. Because quitting is easy. Quitting is comfortable. Quitting is something that, you know what? It's the easiest choice that any of us can make probably in our life. Quit our jobs, quit our relationships, quit our fitness journeys. Get up one day, I quit. That's it. That plan is easy and that work is easy. It's quitting. I'm going to say it again. When it comes to quitting, the plan is very easy and the work is very easy. You just got to get up and just tell yourself, I quit, and that's it. You're done. And you're talking to the number one quitter of all time, former quitter of all time, because quitting is the last thing I will ever do again. And even till this day. So another question that even somebody would ask me now, also, well, what's next? Raheel, you lost 200 pounds. What's the next goal? So I thought that was another great question. What's the next goal? And I'll tell you the truth. You know, I always kind of struggle with this question because I'm like, that's a really good question, because it's like, what's next? And I'll tell you what's next. What's next is keep going. At the end of the day, I don't have an exact answer for what my next goal is, but you know what? I'm not going to put that stress or pressure on myself. Until I find out what that next goal is, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I feel like that's the exact answer I would tell somebody else right now. If you feel like you've already hit your major milestone or your major goal, and you're like, you know what, man? Okay, I'm here. I made it. You know what? Keep going. You know why? Because the second you tell yourself you made it, that's exactly where the downfall begins, right? Just keep going. You have to have the mindset of like that killer instinct. It's just like a champion in sports, right? There's a reason why you have greats in their sports that win multiple rings, and you only have people that have just won one ring or no rings, right? What makes those guys so different who have won multiple championships in their respective sports, right? It's because they had the hunger, they had the fire. It's not like they just reached the mountaintop and they were like, you know what? I'm done. I'm good, right? They wanted to keep going, right? And they set the goal of, okay, I want to win another championship, but they also knew it's small steps. You have to take small steps. You can't walk into training camp or the season opener and be like, hey, I'm going to win the championship the next day. No, you have to, play the regular season. Then you have to play the playoffs. And then you have to go to the Super Bowl. And then if you win the Super Bowl, you win the championship. Or in the NBA, you got to play 82 games. Then you have to go through 4 7-round series. And then including the NBA finals. We're talking about 6-7 months of a season. And then if you win the finals, then you win a championship. But it's all about baby steps, right? Win the division and then try to get home court advantage. And then 7-game series, 1 game at a time. I know you guys hear this a lot in sports, especially in basketball, in the series aspect of it, 1 game at a time. You need 16 wins to win an NBA championship. And if you guys see like a lot of NBA locker rooms or even in college Final Four, they'll have like a puzzle. And every time the team wins, they put a puzzle. So like for NBA, for example, they'll have a puzzle of the NBA trophy. And then it's all broken up into 16 pieces. And each win, they put a piece of that puzzle together. And then another win, another piece. And if you get 16 wins, then there's the NBA trophy. So that's exactly what I'm trying to teach you guys. It's, you know what? Just keep going. Even if you hit that ultimate goal that you feel like you've hit and you've achieved, you know what? Keep going, and I'm going to even add to that. Go even harder, because you know what? You're going to keep finding goals as you keep pushing yourself, right? Even right now, even if I don't have a goal personally, I just have a goal of, you know what? I know that I want to be the healthiest version of myself. I want to be the best version of myself for my son, for my wife, especially for my son, first and foremost. I mean, he's my everything. So that alone already has a goal in it. I just want to be the best version of myself and for them. So that's already a goal in it. Now, in terms of like physically, of course, I still do have other goals. I mean, I want to, maybe add on a little bit more muscle. I would love to get some abs. I mean, like I always tease everybody else, man, I wish I have 0 abs. I mean, my skin got stretched so far, so I kind of feel like I don't know if I could ever get a 6-pack. I'm still trying, though. I do ab work, but I mean, still, all jokes aside, it's like, I know I'm not going to have like a shredded six pack. I mean, I will try. I don't want to say never because you never want to say never. I don't want to use that mindset, but I'm just trying to be honest and realistic is that I still have small goals like that. I want to get a better core. I want to get a little bit more muscular. I want to be able to set those small goals. And, I do have them. I just don't have a direct set goal. The bottom line is that at the end of the day, it's all about just keep going. I just want to keep going. So that's the best advice for you guys. If you're on a journey, set small goals. If you hit that ultimate goal you feel like, then just keep going and the goals are going to find you. I promise you the goals are going to find you. I just gave you a list of goals that are finding me right now. Between my body, staying motivated for my family, staying disciplined for my mental and physical health, those are all goals that I have. And I'm going to continue to have, knock on wood. So I really hope this is great value, great content for you. That wraps up our episode for today. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel, Wallbreaker 200. We're on audio platforms all over. Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, you name it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. More to come, more surprises to come, more videos to drop. So excited, so fired up. And please do me a favor, pray for my Knicks. This is your boy Raheel Siddiqui, Wallbreaker 200, signing off. Peace out.